Hi everybody, good evening, welcome to That's Football. We're back. It's Spain against Italy. I'm looking forward to this actually. I might be a couple in, if you know, you know. Yeah, looking forward to Spain against Italy. I think it's an absolute cracker of a game and very intriguing in relation to the group as well, because they will want to be finishing top of the group, both of these teams. And obviously, the winner takes it all in the sense of that. But Spain against Croatia, 3-0. But was it a 3-0? Italy against Albania, I thought they were fantastic, but they only won 2-1. So I think it's a really interesting game lining up. Looking at the Spanish side, Simon, Cucurella, Laporte, Lenormand, Carvajal, Rui, Rodri, Pedri, Williams, Morata and Yamal. And then you look at the Italian side, Donnarumma, DeMarco, who I thought was fantastic against Albania. Calafiori was good as well. Bastoni, De Lorenzo, Barella, Jorginho, Pellegrini, and then Fritessi and Chiesa working off the right with Scamacca and DeMarco getting down the left-hand side. I thought they were very impressive, and I think this game really is about how these two teams measure up. We've only seen one game. Will they be progressive? Will they take steps backwards? We'll have to wait and see. But look, I'm also here to talk about England in a sense as well, and I'm absolutely stunned by some of the quotes that have come out. I wish I could do my match reaction again. I really wish I could do my match reaction again. I know we're here to watch Spain against Italy, but I wish I could do my match reaction, which is up on the channel, to England's shit draw against Denmark. But Gareth Southgate has basically said this. There's two cracking quotes, but this one we'll start off with. Gareth Southgate has said, "We don't have a natural replacement for Calvin Phillips." Oh my God. I can't speak. I can't speak. If he'd have just explained this at the start of the tournament, I would have said, it's not coming home. I would have said, if we get out of the group, you know, all we had to do, Gareth, was say, we haven't got a replacement for Calvin Phillips, and we would have all just understood why we're so shit. I mean, sack this Pratt tonight. We haven't got a replacement for Calvin Phillips. Does he not realise that Calvin Phillips has been shit for 2 years? Like, he's been shit for 2 years. He was shit before the last World Cup, mate. We haven't got a replacement for Calvin Phillips. As I said, Sir Alf Ramsey had Bobby Charlton. Sir Bobby Robson had Gaza. Terry Venables had Alan Shearer. And Sven-Goran Eriksson had Rooney. Gareth Southgate's got Bellingham, Kane, Saka, Rice, Foden, Palmer and the rest. But he's moaning because he doesn't have a Calvin Phillips replacement. Who is this idiot? So basically what he is actually saying is he wants to play two holding midfielders against Denmark. This is the idiot that the FA have given a bloody job to. And you know what? I was watching the BBC afterwards, right, after I'd done my match reaction. Got Lineker, Shearer, Rio, Thomas Frank, all basically trying to find a way to back Southgate. And I'm like, you're on the bloody payroll, you prats. This is why people are fed up of you. Because you don't say it how it is. You can be critical about something that's a bloody embarrassment. You know, I heard Rio going, you know what, at the end of the day, we've got to respect Denmark, though. There is another team here, and we've got to be respectful of the fact that they played well. Shut up. Shut up, Rio. Denmark haven't got one player that probably gets in our starting lineup based on pure ability. We have got an amazing team, and we've got a manager saying we miss Calvin Phillips, who's been shit for 2 years and wasn't that good anyway. What he has basically said is he wants to play another holding midfielder next to Declan Rice. That's what he is saying, everybody. We haven't got a replacement for Calvin Phillips, who is our holding midfielder. And he's got Declan Rice, who's the best holding midfielder we've had in years, and he's one of the best holding midfielders in Europe. And he wants two of them. We're moaning because we're so shit to watch and we're so boring, and he wants another one. He wants another one to sit next to bloody Rice. Why do people defend this guy? Why do I feel, and I'm sure you do as well, why do I feel like I'm banging my head against a brick wall for the last 6 years? You know, I've been saying it for years. The guy's rubbish. And he misses Calvin Phillips when he's got Declan Rice. He actually wants to play two holding midfielders. We've got some of the best attacking players we've ever had, and he wants another holding midfielder. Bloody joker. Absolute joker. And then, you know, to take it away from Southgate, Carl Walker comes out with this perler. It's difficult in these hostile environments. Hostile environments? We're in bloody Germany, not Denmark, you prat. 80% of that crowd was English. What's hostile about that? Bloody hell, with an IQ like that, no wonder we're struggling. What the bloody hell? I tell you what, there used to be a time when the press would actually jump on this shit. And now we're playing some sort of on-the-fence woke bullshit where even though we're absolutely shit, let's give them another chance. Nonsense. Winners win. Winners go home with the prom queen. Losers end up coming out with comments about missing Calvin Phillips. Bloody joke. Absolute joke. That's, you know, we'll have people watching this stream who are Italian, Spanish, Scottish, Irish. This is what we've got to contend with. We've got great players and the circus in charge. Terrible. Ten Hag would get absolutely slated if he said that, says liking. I mean, mate, do you now understand why I was getting so stressed when Man United were getting linked to Southgate? The fact that Dan Ashworth rates this plonker is incredible. I told you, Mark, Trent is a misfit and this is not his fault. 100% rub. Nothing to do with him. Liking Trash, thanks for the gifted membership. Paul Godwin, thank you very much for being a member as well. I've got to do United Stand at 10 o'clock tonight and I've already had 3 cans of Madri. And I'm halfway down 4. Bring it on. I can't. To be honest with you, it's lucky I've had a couple of beers because if I was switched on and I heard that nonsense about missing Calvin Phillips, I think I'd kick a ball into a wall or something. I don't know. Absolute joke. I can't see the national anthems because I've got the wrong channel on. I'm looking at a swimming pool in Cheltenham, which no one wants to be watching. Yeah, here we are. Spain against Italy. I'm looking forward to this game. Looking forward to this. Thank you, everyone, for all your super chats, by the way. Thanks, everyone who's tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. On a purely footballing sense, looking forward to this game tonight. Really am. And, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've had the record quote tweets on That's Football Twitter for that quote from Southgate. We don't have a natural replacement for Calvin Phillips. I mean, you know what? All I'm going to say is football fans don't get the credit they deserve in relation to their, football knowledge, okay? The BBC didn't even pick up on it. Mainstream media hasn't picked up on it. This is football fans picking up on one of the worst quotes a manager has ever said after a game of football. We've just drawn to Denmark in a really boring negative performance where we showed no attacking flair at all. And the manager of England has said we miss Calvin Phillips. And people, it ain't easy, Brev. Like, people don't understand that comment is so shit. It's sponsored by toilet paper. It's crap. It's, don't get lost in the enormity of the idiocy of the comment. Just actually try and stay calm and figure out what he's saying. We don't have a natural replacement for Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips is a holding midfielder. And we've got Declan Rice. He's basically saying he wants to play 2 holding midfielders. OMG. This is what we are as England. He wants to play 2 holding midfielders. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Anyway, we're ready for this game. Hopefully we're going to get some good football because England have been absolutely shite tonight. Right. I forgot to put the tweet out. I'm just doing it now. Today this could be the greatest day of... Oh God, I'm gonna be so pissed for England, for United stand. Apologies if you're tuning in for that later. I've just devoured so much food as well in the last 20 minutes. Shouldn't have done it. Right, ready to go here. Spain against Italy, third game of the day. He has, you know, we don't have a natural replacement for Calvin Phillips. He's just absolutely ridiculed himself, hasn't he? I don't think I've ever heard a quote like it. Unbelievable. And it did happen. Right. Looking forward to this game. I was so impressed with Italy against Albania, but people said it was Albania. Spain beat Croatia 3-0. A lot of people said it wasn't a 3-0. How does this game work out? Who will have the upper hand? Will they cancel each other out? Let's wait and see. We're up and running anyway. Leaving this amount of talent in Southgate's hands for another major tournament was always going to slap us back in the face as Blues enthusiast. Ollie Watkins making us look better without Kane, 100%. And yet he'll be back on the bench, Cameron. Mark plays with Jorginho for Arsenal, says Connor. Connor, stop defending Southgate. You sound really thick. Southgate should go manage that pool in Cheltenham, says Michael. Hargraves and Sturridge were fed up of Gareth in the US, says Arturo. Ben White deserves an apology, says the greatest of all time. Vialli scored the winner in this fixture in Euro 88. Rest in peace. What a legend, Kenneth. If people get mad at Ten Hag for choosing McTominay, imagine what Southgate would do. He'd start him every game, says Bart. Yeah, get your comments in. We're up and running here. There was something I was going to do and I've completely forgot. I've gone a bit cloudy. Only 100 subscribers away from 178,000, by the way. Please do subscribe. Bottom right. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I've just completely forgot. I remembered. I wanted to look when England play again. Good cross by Spain. Oh, good save by Donnarumma. It was nearly 1-0 straight away there. Good play by Williams. Whips the cross in. And he should score. Was it Pedri? He should score that. Dead centre. Free header. Good save by Donnarumma. Not a good header. Doesn't direct it well at all. But should have scored. Spain starting off well. I mean, look, I think this is the intriguing thing about this game. Italy played well against Albania. Spain played well against Croatia. But they meet each other and you're like, well, who's going to come out on top? England don't play till Tuesday against Slovenia. Sorry, I thought we were playing on Sunday for some reason. Oh. You can already see the difference, can't you? Look at the space that Spain leave between each other because they trust each other. Taking up wide spaces. Moving up the pitch confidently. Good play by Williams again. Oh, so good. So good. Oh, God. He was a bit unlucky there. Spain has started off really well. Southgate is like a rabbit in the headlights, says Umzi. Hi, Mark. As a Celtic fan, I'm a big fan of all your channels. What's your honest opinion on Rodri, says Blake? I mean, look, I don't like Man City, Blake. But Rodri's the best holding midfielder in the world. I don't like Man City. Can't stand them. But I can also be honest. Like, Rodri's the best holding midfielder in the world, definitely. Williams has started, like, fantastically, says Jordan. Can't think, says Williams is cooking. Do you think Ronaldo should still be starting, says the Golden Sloth? Yes, I do. I think Ronaldo offers more than Ramos. So I think he should be starting, yeah. How hard isn't it to start a midfield three of Rice, Jude and Foden and stick Gordon on the left? That Phillips comment must make Mainu and Gallagher feel great. I mean, great point, Sean. I'd never even thought of it like that. I mean, what do you feel like if you're Kobe Mainu or Conor Gallagher? I mean, the bottom line is, Gareth Southgate has basically said we don't have a replacement for Calvin Phillips, who is a holding midfielder. Calvin Phillips has been factually shit for 2 years. The last time Calvin Phillips played well, he was playing for Leeds, which is over 2 years ago. And the great thing about Southgate is we played a World Cup in that time. The World Cup was only 18 months ago. Phillips hasn't been good for 2 years. So he's talking out his absolute arse, which is terrifying when you've got a manager that actually is talking shit on camera. He should be ridiculed for that. Incredible. God, some of these fucking idiots who go to England games. If I speak, I'm in trouble. Look, I can't criticise, I don't go, but fucking hell. Influencers, fucking idiots more like. I thank God every day didn't become the United manager, says Beth. I mean, he actually said we don't have... A lot of people are saying that Southgate comment must be AI generated. He actually said it. He's getting absolutely rinsed for it, and so he should. As I said, Lineker, Shearer, all the journalists sticking up for Southgate, you're wrong. Absolutely wrong. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Anyway, let's focus on this. How's the Madry going, says Peter? It's going very well. I should be sponsored by Madry. It's my favourite lager. And I don't care what anyone says. Spain are looking very confident here, says Taff. They are. Southgate said we've not got a natural replacement for Calvin Phillips. And Kyle Walker also said it was a hostile environment, yet England had 80% of the support in there in a neutral ground. I mean, that's basically like walking into your own bathroom, having a shit and saying it was a difficult environment. You know, we're literally at home. Would Spain play Calvin Phillips as Ollie? No, but Southgate would. Kane's tap-in was his only touch in the box, says Ross. Both teams to score, says Golden Sloth. And imagine not picking a player for a tournament, then saying you miss said player, says Mike. Exactly. Calvin Phillips wasn't injured. He's just shit. Absolute shit. I'm furious. I just want to enjoy this game, but I'm absolutely furious. I've said Southgate's crap for years, and I never wanted to be right. But I know I'm right. The thing is, I still think we could win the Euros, but he's going to have to... I don't know. We're not going to win it, are we? I'm just not going to give in. Thing is, as well, Mainu is 10 times the player that Calvin Phillips is. I think Conor Gallagher's better than him as well. Rob says, I love Madry, but then I discovered Cruz Campo. Italy haven't really got into the game yet. I've got to say, Spain look well balanced. I mean, when I've watched Spain over the years, yes, well organised, very good at passing the ball about, but I think they've missed that flair and speed. But with Williams and Yamal, they've got it. Do you think Grealish would have made a difference? No. No. I don't think this is about individualism, Egg. I think this is about balance. I think you put Anthony Gordon on the left, you put Trent on the bench, or you drop Kyle Walker, and you've got a better balance. I mean, I hate to say it because I think Harry Kane's world class, but Italy are in with Scamacca. Oh, he's crap back heel. I don't think Harry Kane suits England's team. I think he's a very good player, but I don't think he suits England's team. I think when you've got Bellingham, Foden, Saka in your starting lineup, you need a striker who can run off the front three, run off the centre backs. Kane don't want to do it. He's dropping deep all the time. Morata with the cross. Oh my God. How has Williams missed that? I'm saying goal. Spain have started this like a house on fire. It's such a good cross by Morata. No. This ain't, Italy are going to have to look at this game and say they should be losing. It's not about anything other than the fact that they should be losing. Pedri should have done better with his header. Yes. Williams should have scored. Spain should be winning this. Italy are really struggling. Even when Southgate made subs, they seemed panicked. There was no strategy and the players looked lost when they came on, says Alec. Look, I've got no problem with Bowen and Watkins and Eze, but they weren't the three subs I expected at that point. I would have thought Gordon and Palmer were nailed on. So I was very surprised that he brought Eze on and Bowen on ahead of Palmer and Gordon. And I've got nothing against Bowen and Eze, but I would have thought Gordon and Palmer would be ahead of them. Every team at this tournament, bar the team missing Calvin Busquets, has played unbelievable. Absolutely love the Euros, says G. Yeah, that's why. I mean, I was going to watch this game anyway, but I love England and I want England to do well. But it's miserable. I've enjoyed all the other football. H says the next comment we've got no replacement for Harry Maguire. $15 subscribers away from 178,000. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, getting involved with That's Football. You're all welcome. Apologies if I lose my way through in this one. I'm on to Can 5. Uh, 65% have gone with the Spain win. Only 17 have gone with an Italy win. I had it a lot closer than that. I mean, based on the first 10 minutes, fine. But before the game, I didn't really know which way it would go. Amazing comment from Gary Neville, Ian Wright and Roy Keane. Southgate's got to change something. Fucking hell. And that's why they get paid the big money. They've played the game. And that's why we just can't compete with them. They've played the game. I keep saying Spain v France. I don't know why. It's Spain versus Italy. You're absolute idiot. At least Italy have had a little bit of the ball here. Good play. Goes out for a goal kick. Today this could be. he's huge. Oh my God, it's grotesque. It's actually taking up most of the screen. Oh God, mate, get out, touch grass. I can't get cancelled. You don't know what I'm looking at. Anyone remember James Ward-Prowse sitting at home? Says, I genuinely don't think it's individualist. I really don't think it's individualistic. I don't blame players. I don't blame Trent. I don't blame Foden. I don't blame Kane. It's the coach. Paul Francis says it's quite scary that none of the pundits will say he's out of his depth. Free kick to Spain here. Donnarumma booked. Mate, the English press and the English media have contributed to Manchester. The English press and the English media have contributed to England's failure over the last 6 years through their own lack of football knowledge. And some of these people have got 50, 60, 70, 80 caps for England. But the fact that English football fans know Southgate wouldn't get a job in the bloody Championship and have been calling him out for it for years, and you've got presenters on the TV, journalists who've been fucking following football for years, who think he's the right guy. This is why football is changing in front of your eyes, and this is why you're so powerful, because these people don't know football. Just because you've played the game doesn't mean you know football, and they don't know it. They've got no idea. I and many of you lot, for years have said he's crap. He's actually crap. Like, he literally has got pictures of Sam Allardyce on his wall, because that's basically what he is. Defensive with absolutely no modern football mentality at all. And yet he's been defended because he's a nice guy. He is a nice guy. But a comedian is a nice guy. But if he tells a crap joke, he gets booed. Just being a nice guy doesn't keep you in the England job. I'd rather have a guy that doesn't give money to charity but is the best coach in the world. I don't need a nice guy. I need a winner. And in Southgate, we don't have it. And the media have contributed to it because they've backed him and supported him and protected him for years. And they're still at it now. Even tonight, I'd done my match reaction. I was listening to the TV before I came on. And they're all there, Lineker and co, not saying a bloody word. And yet they're all jumping around when England score a game. Oh, clip me up, like me. No, I'll like you if you actually say something relevant. I mean, Lineker's fucking gone viral because he said something about Lampard's hairline. Say something about Southgate, you prat. That's what you're paid to do. You're paid to bloody talk about football. Call it for what it is. An absolute joke. Oh no, Gary, can you say something about Frank's hair? Oh, that's great for us. We'll get popular with the TikTok generation. How's about you get paid hundreds of thousands of pounds a week to talk about football and you talk out your arse? The media's just as bad. Why am I telling you lot that Steve Holland and Gareth Southgate wouldn't get a job in the Championship because they're not actually that good? Oh yeah, but Gareth's done a great job. He's qualified for every major tournament for the last 10 years. Oh, whoop-de-doo. The best squad in the bloody world qualifying from a bunch of farmers. Well done. That must be bloody hard, that must. Oh yeah, it's like walking down the local and buying everyone a drink when you're a bloody millionaire. Try and do it with a cost of living crisis and you've got no money. It's not hard to manage England to qualify for a tournament. And the football is shite. It's absolute shite. And nobody calls it out. And this is why people need to bloody stop listening and putting mute when you're listening to these ex-pros, because they haven't got a bloody interesting thing to say in their body. And it's all about mates rates. It's all about the status quo. It's all about protecting each other. None of them say what needs to be said. We're English. We've got amazing players. And there's no excuse for the shit we have to sit and watch. We're watching one of the best tournaments we've seen in years, and we're the embarrassment. Everyone's laughing at us. Southgate is a grade A wanker, says Goldio. I wouldn't go that far. Did you hear him say there's no replacement for Calvin Phillips? I did. There's lies, the problem. What a twat. What Southgate style of play, says SK? If Eric Ten Hag played like that with England's best players, these very same pundits would be crucifying. Oh, yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely spot on, SK. Mainstream media ridicule Ten Hag after winning an FA Cup final. You know, Lineker and Shearer ridicule Ten Hag after beating the best team in the country and the best manager in the world at Wembley in an FA Cup final with a worse team. Ridicule him. Southgate goes to the Euros with an amazing squad, plays shit against Serbia and Denmark, and they're washing his bloody clothes for him. Hypocrites. Call it for what it is. Bloody hypocrites. You know, humiliate Ten Hag after winning an FA Cup final against the best manager in the world. But Southgate embarrassed the nation with an amazing squad. Oh, can we do your ironing? Call it for what it is. Don't be a bloody sheep. Don't be a victim of the propaganda. These people. Joe says if he wanted Phillips, he should have took him. Loving the content, says Tim. Who's the better manager, Southgate or Basil Fawlty? Well, exactly. DeMarco down the left-hand side. Cut back. No one's there. Italy growing into the game a little bit. Look, everybody knows what I've been drinking, but sometimes loose lips sink ships. And I'm playing Battleship tonight. I'm hitting the torpedoes. You know, I can be a little bit pragmatic in normal circumstances, but let's call it for what it is. The media is propaganda. Doesn't like Ten Hag because he's Dutch. Southgate, they're all mates with him. Southgate's embarrassing England in a Euros with a wealth of talent, and they're all up his arse. And you know what? People will say, oh, you're just jealous. I've got nothing to be jealous about. These people are terrified of me. They're terrified of this conversation. Get me on a plane to Germany and I'd sit there now and say exactly what I've said to you. We'd break the bloody internet. Mainstream would be on its bloody knees saying this is what we need. But they wouldn't do it because they'd get absolutely sat down. Lineker would be there going, yeah, but he has qualified for every tournament. I'd say, Gary, you'd qualify us for this tournament, sat on your arse with the shits. Managing the team on your phone with no battery. It's a piece of piss, mate. Tell me one good thing about what England are doing under Southgate. He qualifies for tournaments that, you know, my dead dog would qualify this team for a tournament. I could qualify England for a tournament by picking a team from a fucking hat. Oh, Harry, you're in goal today. Pickford, you're up front. Oh, we've still beat fucking Luxembourg 62-0. Old school media is dying. Fan content is where the truth lies, says Martin. No, not all fan content's good. It can be shit. Sometimes I'm shit. But what I'm saying is we don't get proper conversation. I remember like years ago when I was probably the age of some of you lot, 18, 19. England get knocked out of a tournament. Internet doesn't exist. You put the telly on and you just want somebody to say it how it is. You know, you just want someone to say England, you know, the manager got it wrong. That player was shit. And they don't. They go, oh, you know, it's a shame. And it's like, that's not what we want. We want someone to say it how it is. How would you react if United went for GS? Because, honestly, I can sleep well at night. I said if Gareth Southgate had been given the Man United job, I would have said, and I never want to do this, I would have been Southgate out from the minute he did his welcome press conference. There's no way I was going to put up with him as England manager. Never. I don't care if I was the only one. I'd have said, get him out now. Even if we beat Liverpool 4-0 first game, I'd say sack him. Yamal! Oh, I thought he was going to do... Morata! Too wide. Good save, though, from Donnarumma. Old school, how... Forget Elise, Williams is what United need. making Di Lorenzo look like Brandon Williams. You do realise Williams is on the left-hand side of Spain's team, Eduardo, and DeMarco is on the left-hand side of Italy. Therefore, they're on the different wings. Slow Sports News, says Akil. Gareth's CV is in. It states that he holds doors for the elderly, visits the local dog pound, and eats all his vegetables. Brand's drinking Canadian whiskey. Good stuff. Southgate couldn't pour water out of a boot with instructions on the heel, says Lewis. And Mark, you wake up tomorrow as England manager. What do you do differently? Oh, Sully, thank you very much. The Arena Alf Schalk saw more entertaining football in Bundesliga than Southgate with the best players in the world. And is it me or does Barella look Russian, says Andy. And I love it that you get more views than the mainstream, says Rob. Good shot from distance. From Ruiz over the bar. If I woke up as England manager tomorrow and I was the manager, I would get them on the training ground and actually get them to fucking pass the ball and move. Got a bit of Goldbridge ball. Pass the ball and move. Like, play some possession football, please. But on a very simple level, my starting lineup against Slovenia, and no one's going to like this, but this is what I would do. I want to pick a team that is balanced. I don't want to pick a team that's got all my best players in it because it will be imbalanced. So I would go Pickford, Walker, Trippier, Guehi and Stones. My midfield three would be Rice, Bellingham and Foden as a 10. I'd have Gordon on the left, Saka on the right and Watkins up front. And I'd drop Kane. He's not fit and he doesn't suit the way I want to play either. I want a centre forward to stretch the team. We've got a centre forward that drops deep, which pulls the defensive line of the opposition closer to ours, which compacts things and gets the opposition far higher up the pitch. I want a centre forward that pushes my opposition's line further back. So I want Watkins. I don't want Kane. Kane's on the bench. Controversial or not, we are dropping way too deep with Kane. Will anyone think of Gareth's mental health, says Lewis. I will think about Gareth Southgate's mental health. Of course I will. Resign. If the kitchen's too hot, get out the kitchen. No one's asking him to do the bloody job. Like, we've all got mental health issues. We all get pressure in work. You know, I did an interview with Rasmus Højlund and we got death threats. Stop doing what you're doing. Like, it's... You know, you don't become England manager and then get supported by the English woke fan base who go, we can't criticise because it might upset him. Fucking hell. If you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen, mate. Lampard got fourth with good players, even if he would be better if Gerrard is there. Jose, even Gary Neville would be a preferred candidate for Gareth, says Ali. Look, we can't do anything while the tournament's on, but if he wants to win the tournament, he's got to balance his team. He'll never drop Kane, but he could put Gordon on the left, and he could put Bellingham next to next to Rice, and he could put Foden at 10. I mean, the thing is, Trent has been a fall guy, hasn't he? Good cross. Donnarumma, no. I think Spain have been better than Italy here. Spain have looked very good. You know, in that conversation of Spain beat Croatia, Italy beat Albania, both played well. How do they play against each other? Spain look good. They look better. Let me have a listen to this. I was just having a little bit of a listen there. Piers Morgan's up the arse of Alan Shearer saying, wow, great punditry tonight, calling it out for what it is. Well, let's just listen to Shearer back. All I heard was Saka, Bellingham, you know, where's the energy? It's not about the fucking players, you dick. It's about the bloody manager. Oh my God. I've played the game. I've played for good managers. I've played for bad managers at amateur level, right? I played for a manager who used to pick the team out of a hat. True story. I was 15 years of age. We had a manager for about a month who used to pick the team out of the hat. I've never been so demoralised on a football pitch in my bloody life. So, look, if those players are being coached by a guy who hasn't got a bloody clue, then it's going to in fact impact how they play. Are we now saying that England players are responsible for performances by England? Yeah, so as an England player now, you've actually got to go and sort the tactics out and the subs and everything else. They just won't go in on Southgate. They won't. This Spain team has a bit of German vibe to it, not just tiki-taka, shots and crosses as well. It makes it a really good watch. Look, I find Spain boring for years. I quite like this Spanish side because it's got the likes of Williams and Yamal in it, and it's a little bit more direct at times. You're right. Ajit says, what are your thoughts on Southgate's Phillips comment? Well, you've joined half an hour too late, but absolutely incredible. If I was in charge of the FA, I'd be sacking him tonight. I'll fly over and do his job. Which club and country does Kane suit? Harry Kane suits a team where you don't have a 10. Barella's injured here. Yeah, Harry Kane suits a team where you don't have a 10 and you have two quick wingers. Because Harry Kane wants to drop in and play people in. Spain. Yeah, O'Neill, absolutely. I'm watching the fucking team he suits. He suits Spain perfectly. Yeah, absolutely perfectly. Because you've got Williams and Yamal either side. He'd be very good for Spain. Harry says, if Southgate was a horse, he'd have been put down. Yeah, thank you very much for that, Harry. Bit harsh, but... We can't do anything during the tournament, but the fact that a group of higher-ups get together every year and give him and agree that he is the best fit boggles my mind. Ali, he should have gone after the Euros. He should have gone after the Euros. I said it at the time. Go and check the videos on this channel. He should have been sacked after the Euros, but because it was the final and we lost on penalties, oh, God, Gareth. Should have definitely gone after the World Cup. It was embarrassing to lose to France in the quarterfinals. We should have won that game. Oh, Gareth. You know, England will always hit the quarterfinals of a major tournament because of the squad. We'll always get promoted. We'll always make the tournament because of the squad, and we'll always hit the quarterfinals because of the squad. Sometimes we'll even hit the semi and the final, but we'll never fucking win it. Nil-nil here though. 32 minutes gone. 62% possession for Italy. If I was Italy, I'd be quite happy to be 0-0 at the moment. Kim says, Mika Richards called out Southgate at half-time, but Gary Lineker sat him down. Yeah, the Lineker Mafia. Mates with Ed Woodward, you know. I don't know whether he's like neighbours, but very good mates with Ed Woodward, Gary Lineker. When are these prats going to realise that playing defensive conservative football ain't going to cut it in the modern football, says Philip. Mate, I'm looking at this tournament, right? Apart from England and the Czech Republic, every other team is playing progressive football. Italy, renowned for defensive football, getting a goal. They're not doing it. Spain, renowned for possession football and being quite pragmatic. No, more direct. Everybody is being more direct in this tournament and it's reflective in Europe. Italian football was good to watch. When I used to watch Italian football in the 90s, up until probably 6 or 7 years ago, I mean, they used to have 2 points for a win and a point for a draw in Italy. They revelled in defensive football. But football has changed. It's massively changed. You know, teams like Fulham, obviously Brighton have had great success. Even Burnley, who came up and went down, teams want to play progressive football. And we've got a manager in Southgate who scores and then parks the bus. He's playing 2010 football badly in 2024. Super League Lineker, says Shahin. I don't know what that means. When are these prats going to realise that playing... I've done that one from Philip. 2 players from each of these teams you'd take at United, says Flores. We'll start with Italy. I would take Barella and DeMarco, based on what we need. From Spain, I do like Chiesa, but I don't think we need Chiesa. I'd take Barella and DeMarco. From Spain, obviously Rodri and... Well, I could take my winger from there. So I'll probably say, well, it'd be Yamal. But I do like Williams as well. Do you think Spain would cook England? I don't think it's that simple. Like, I've seen England 2-0 down to Germany in the last 2 years, and Southgate's gone for it. That's the stupid thing. Like, we are capable of playing good football. He just doesn't do it. Like Joe says, Southgate would wear a helmet on a peloton, which is just brilliant. I'm not needed. Joe Fishing, you're going to take the stream. I can't beat that. I've been doing it for years, Joe. Built a career out of fucking analogies. You just you've just finished me. Joe's just finished me. I'm defeated. I knew it was going to happen at one time. I knew one day I'd get done. And Joe Fishing has just finished me. Southgate would wear a helmet on a peloton. That, to me, look, that to me is just, I can't beat that. I don't script mine anyway, but even if I did, I can't beat that. I hope you didn't nick it, Joe, because that would bother me, but that is amazing. I mean, that is good. You've got to say, sometimes you just got to put your hand up and say, that's better than anything I could ever do. Linda doesn't get it. Yeah. Linda, have you been on the drink? Who's your 26-man squad, Mark? This is Brandon. You do realise the Euros have started. Gary Lineker supported the Super League. No, I don't believe that, Shahin. Andy Ford says, where do you think Southgate would get a job? I'm thinking Sunderland. Well, but honestly, I wouldn't give him a job at Solihull Moors down the road. We've got a coach at Solihull Moors. I went to watch us in the National League final. We're missing a striker that can score loads and loads and loads of goals, but we actually play pass and move. I'm not joking. I'm not sure Southgate gets a job in the Championship because the football is so basic. There is no system. There is no pattern of play. And he parks the bus after a goal. Gareth Southgate wears a helmet on his peloton. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Raz says, Southgate making excuses saying we don't have a natural replacement for Calvin Phillips. Oh, we've spoke about that, mate. That was an RKO of analogies, says Sean. Why wouldn't Jose take the Portugal job, says the individual? I think Mourinho likes club football day to day, which I understand. I mean, look, when I play FIFA, I don't bother with the international jobs because it's just so infrequent. Southgate puts his phone on charge at 98%, says Oriano. And Southgate's favourite adult movie category. Car insurance renewal. Eddie Howe would have been so perfect for this side, says Al. He ain't going to take it, is he? Southgate waits at red lights as a pedestrian, says Matthew. Joe Fishing. I'm sure the clip will come at some point, but it's now a tweet, which I'll retweet for you. Look, I've done some good analogies over the years. I don't like to be arrogant. I always want to be humble, but I have, you know. He's more stressed out than a cat burying a shit on a marble floor, you know. Harder than a wedding night dick. There's some good stuff out there. But Southgate would wear a helmet on a Peloton. You know, it's good. It's good. It's very good. Southgate wears sunglasses to the movie, says Red. See, people are trying to beat it now. So I wouldn't try to beat it. I really wouldn't. Maybe it can be beat, but I don't think it can. Hi, Mark. My sister just got married and she's a Tottenham fan and her husband is a Chelsea fan. Can you say congratulations to Sonna and Evan? It might be Sonia, or is it Sonna? Shot straight at Donnarumma. I'll say Sonna because that's what you wrote, Mikhail. Can you say congrats to Sonna and Evan, but your teams are shit? Lovely stuff. There you go. Congratulations to you both. You do support shit teams. England was so bad, can't blame it all on Southgate, says Damask. Are you Gareth Southgate in disguise? He's there on the bus, isn't he? On his burner. What's your top 3 next managers for England? Seriously, I wouldn't say top 3. I'd say managers I'd take instead of Southgate. Mr. Bean in character. A bag of cement. And probably Rishi Sunak. Oh my god, I'm trying to fix a Sky remote while I'm streaming here. Press 7 and 9 together until it flashes red 4 times. I can't be that pissed because I know how to reset a Sky controller. Southgate does sign language to the blind. Southgate wears stabilisers on his car. That was from Hessen and Callum. And can you believe what Southgate said about Phillips, says Joshua? I mean, I almost feel like I want to frame it. If you don't know what a Peloton is, it's basically an exercise bike that doesn't move at the gym. Yeah, I think it was embarrassing enough that England played so shit, but Gareth Southgate genuinely has come out and said, we've never really replaced Calvin Phillips, who's been shit for 2 years, and we've had a World Cup in that time. Southgate wears a condom when he has a wank, says Bryce. Nothing wrong with that. We're struggling with and without the ball, says Kane. I remember last season you criticised people for being Ten Hag out and not providing a realistic replacement. So if you want Southgate out, then give us a name. Brian. I love it. I absolutely love it. Replacements for Southgate that are realistic. Pochettino, Thomas Tuchel, Graham Potter. All available at the moment. So there's 3. I don't care. They don't need to have an English passport for me. I don't give a shit. In fact, I think it's stupid. It's like saying Liverpool need a striker, but they can only buy English. I don't need an English passport as a manager. Roberto Martinez is Spanish. He's managing Portugal. I don't need to have an English coach. The best English coach who's available is Potter. The best English coach out there is Eddie Howe. It's slim pickings. So I don't need an English coach. I don't want an English coach. I'd go for something else. Can you say Ivan Matteo owned you at FIFA, says Matteo. Gems is a gem and has gifted 5 memberships. SG wears a life jacket on a rowing machine. Southgate. Drewski, thank you very much. Drewski's better than Southgate, says Martin. Brian, thank you very much as well for yours. Italy haven't had a shot in 44 minutes. Spain have had 4 on target and 9. I don't watch international football. I thought Italy played really well against Albania. I think tonight we've seen why people don't fancy Italy. Because they're definitely not as good as Spain. Oh, she's fixed it. Mrs. Goldbridge messaged me and said, the Sky remote doesn't work. I said press 7 and 9 together until it flashes 4 times. And it's fixed. Always thought Mourinho would work for England. Well, look. Southgate's doing some Poundland Pulis shit. So if you want to play like that, you may as well get the goat of it. Southgate irons his pants. Nowhere near as good as the Peloton one, but... Chiesa. There is a United stand after this show, Joe. God knows what state I'll be in, but... Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. It's hot. I'm not on TikTok. I was on TikTok for the England game and YouTube, so you're sort of going like that. I keep looking over there and all I can see is a blank screen. We're only 10 subscribers away from 178,000, so please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. England don't play again till Tuesday, which some would say is, nice. I'm actually quite glad I can just get back to enjoying the Euros again. Next few fixtures, let me just tell you how it goes. There is a 2 o'clock game tomorrow, Slovakia against Ukraine. Might sound boring to some people, but actually, if Slovakia were to beat Ukraine, they'd go through, which is massive for them. Really good game at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Really looking forward to this. Austria, I like. Poland, Austria. I really hope Austria can replicate what they did against France and actually get a result. And then Netherlands, France at 8 o'clock tomorrow night is a massive game. So excited about that one. Into Saturday, you've got Georgia against Czech Republic at 2. Turkey against Portugal at 5, which will be a cracker. And then Belgium, Romania at 8, which Belgium need to win. Romania, if they win, they send Belgium home. Half time here. We'll talk about that in a moment. Sunday, there's no 2 o'clock game on Sunday. There's no 5 o'clock game on Sunday. It's just 8 o'clock. And it's Scotland-Hungary. Massive. Germany, Switzerland. But Scotland-Hungary to try and stay in the tournament. Monday. Again, on Monday, I don't think there's a 5 o'clock game again. We've just got Italy and Albania. I thought there was a 5 o'clock game on Monday. I really thought there was a 5 o'clock game on Monday. I don't know what's gone on there then. Monday, no 5 o'clock game on Monday. Italy, Croatia, Albania, Spain. Tuesday, we've got a 5 o'clock game. I thought there was a 5 o'clock game on Monday. Yeah, there isn't. England play on Tuesday. Half time. Right. Henderson on Instagram saying there's too much negativity. Right. Where are you? Oh, yeah. Well said, Carl Walker. Too much negativity. Get behind and trust this team. Oh, shut up. You went to Saudi Arabia for the money, you prat, and then pretended that you didn't. I don't think I'll be listening to you. I mean, I'm not listening to Jordan Henderson. Sorry. He was all right as a player, but this is a guy who said he didn't go to Saudi Arabia for the money and then 6 months later shit himself and came back. I'm not listening to you. It's like taking advice on your cow from Ronald McDonald. It's like leaving your cow with Ronald McDonald while you go on holiday as a bloody pet hotel. Lord have mercy. Rodri got a yellow for complaining on a free kick that Spain got. Misses the next match, says Howder. Mark, would this England team beat Portugal? This England team can beat anybody. It just needs to be allowed to do it. Southgate washes his peanuts before he eats them, says Michael. England was nothing before Southgate. Brought us back to the favourites, says Damn. All players backing him in public. You guys are delusional. Damn, you are Gareth Southgate. You are Gareth Southgate. Mark, I love your content as always. My son Charlie is 7 weeks old since we last spoke. He's already a United and Ten Hag fan. Let the good times roll, says Bounty. Good times rolling. Yeah, definitely. Love that, mate. Bart says that Neil Maupay is even tweeting it's coming home with a laughing video mocking it. You know it's bad when the biggest shithouser makes fun of England. Yeah, but I think he's just a bit thick, Maupay. I don't think he's doing it as a shithouser. I actually think he's thick. He plays his football in England. Like, not everybody gets banter. He's endangering himself. Like, if England losing and Denmark beat Serbia, are England third? No, we've still got to play Slovenia. We don't just play 2 games. Tusha, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Make sure you subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Do they call him Ronaldo McDonaldo in Portugal, says Kenneth. Thank you. Let's have a look at these stats at half-time anyway. Good game of football going on. Obviously, some of us are still baffled by the worst comment in football history that Gareth Southgate, after drawing with Denmark in the most boring game ever, his solution is that we miss Calvin Phillips. That's the problem. Calvin Phillips has been shit for 2 years, but we've just played shit against Denmark, and Gareth Southgate is saying we miss Calvin Phillips, who's a holding midfielder, when he's already got Declan Rice. That's the problem there. Does Will still back Crapgate? I'll find out. You're still backing this shit? He will do. He wants to wash Southgate's car. And something else beginning with K. C. Curly Cur. Mark, you wake up tomorrow as an England manager. What do you do differently? I've done that from Sully. Thank you very much. And thanks everyone who's tuning in. The only players on the bench with anything about them, Gordon and Palmer, and none can get a minute. And Mainu. And Wharton. I think, you know, I look at successful tournaments of the past for England. Gaza was very young in Italia 90. Rooney, obviously in 2004. Owen in 98. And he's sticking with the status quo. Will's just sent me a picture of his chin. I don't know whether that means he's backing Southgate or not. He's at the Netherlands-France game tomorrow. I'll tell you what, my highlight of the actual TV coverage of the England game was seeing Watto, Rhino Legs, Ben Foster and Jamie. That was the best moment of the game. And they weren't even bloody playing. Berry says, Klopp for England manager. Thank you, mate. Thank you much. Thank you, mate. Thoughts on the game? Obviously, we're watching a game of football here. I mean, statistically, Spain have had 61% possession. They've had 9 shots, 4 on target. Italy haven't even had a shot on target. 91% pass accuracy to 80%. I think, look, I came into this game looking forward to it. And I came into this game, you know, very much of the opinion that it would be a good one. But not really knowing, you know, which way it was going to go. Wait a minute. I thought Italy played well against Albania, but it is Albania, so you don't really know how it's going to go. Spain-Croatia wasn't a 3-0 game. I thought Croatia could have maybe even got a draw out of that, but certainly a couple of goals. But in this game, I think Spain have been on a different level to Italy. And I'd be worried if I was an Italian fan, because I think from the first game you'd go, oh, maybe Italy as holders could be a threat. But there's a big difference between Italy and Spain in that first 45 minutes, and Spain have been the better team. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Gels says betting on England to win has been quite hard. Gels also, sorry, that was Squidgy. No, that was Gels. Have you got any more live shows planned this year, says Squidgy? I'm trying to sort some out. I'll let you know as soon as I know. Southgate would get a vasectomy and still wear a Johnny and pull out, says Kyle. Klopp for England manager, says Berry. There we go. I'm starting to think Southgate might not be the one. South fraud since 2018, says Insanity. And Italy might still win this, says Blasters. They're known for these sorts of victories. Oh, yeah, 100%. You know, it's 0-0. I'm not saying Italy can't win it, but I'm just saying that Spain have definitely been the better team. Just looking there on the ITV coverage of the World Cup, they're at an angle looking at that horse statue, and then BBC are looking at a statue like that. So if I was on ITV, they look higher. I'd be going like that at Lineker and that lot. I'd be going, have that. Are you going live on the United stand after this, says Matthew? Yes, definitely. 100%. 100%. Will says give Southgate 5 more years. Yeah. He won't get 5 more minutes. Rashford agent chatting over him missing the Euros, says Dino. Mate, if anybody thinks England's poor performance is about the players, you don't know ball. It's not. We wouldn't be better with Grealish. We wouldn't be better with Rashford. I would probably have taken Rashford. I've always said that because he offers something different. But it's not about the players. It's not Trent's fault. It's not Foden's fault. It's not Bellingham's fault. It's not Kane's fault. This is a tactical thing. We go 1-0 up in a game and we are told to park the bus. That's not about the players. They are being told to take their foot off the pedal when they score. Incredible at that level, but it's so... It's about the structure. It's about the structure. It's not about the players. It's about the structure. What do you think Graham Potter as next England manager? He's better than Southgate. Riley, another one, says there's no replacement better than Phillips. Said there's no replacement for Phillips. What do you got for T, Mark? Says Veg. Horse. Most of it just came up then. Because England were playing at 5, I had my tea at lunch. And I've basically been snacking a lot, and I can feel it now. Can feel it right there. I need to do some exercise tomorrow, but then I'll have a headache tomorrow and I won't want to do anything, and I want to have like crap food. Southgate's genius goes unnoticed, says Ty. He's probably playing bad to lower opponents' expectations. A master plan to mentally break France. Yeah. That's not how it's going to work, is it, mate? You keep telling yourself that. Spain could win the tournament, says Jimmy. What I like about Spain, and I said it before, I like the fact that they've got Williams and Yamal, who are very direct and very quick and very un-Spanish in the sense that Spain always used to be about tiki-taka, build up the play, but I like the directness of those two players. Squidgy, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Hilarious Hussein says Southgate wears diving gear while taking a shower. There we go. And Spain have everything in every position, says Riptide. Have a scotch and do the rest of the show in Dyche, says Reb. And England is like having a lap dance by a granny, says Niki. Some people like that. What happened to Faj? I'm curious, says Dewald. Well, you know what they say, curiosity killed the cat. I have not, do not, and will not start talking about decisions made by a professional business in a professional and amicable way. I think those who start talking about stuff like that publicly, you should always take with a pinch of salt, because there's always two sides to a story. Southgate picks Drake over Kendrick, says Jordan. And Southgate wears a belt over his joggers, says DT. You're all not going to beat Southgate wears a crash helmet on his Peloton. It's not going to happen. It's never coming home, says Abdullah. Prod says, I went to the game today, never seen such a weird atmosphere. That's whizzed through. Oh, where was it? It was there and then it went. Went to the game today. Never seen such a weird atmosphere in an England fan, says Prod. Look, I said it during the watch-along. You look at all these fans that have gone to the Euros and it's an amazing atmosphere and there's hardly any empty seats. And you look at the Scots having the time of their lives, and it could be over on Sunday night. If they lose to Hungary, they're out. If they draw to Hungary, they're probably out. They're having a great time and they're enjoying it. And their expectations are probably relatively low because they don't qualify for every tournament. They're happy to be there. England, loads of fans out in Germany, nothing to sing about. Like literally nothing to sing about. Harry Kane's goal was a tap-in from a shit pass, and Bellingham scored a header, and we parked the bus from both. I'm just looking at Mbappe in his mask. Absolutely missed a trick. Absolutely missed a trick. All you've got to do is make that mask all red, Raphael, all orange, Michelangelo, all purple, Donatello, or all blue, Leonardo. If you know, you know. Doing it in the French colours, he's missed a trick there. He really has. We're about to start second half here. We're in Gelsenkirchen, aren't we? We're in Gelsenkirchen, aren't we? Right, let's go. Spain about to kick off the second half. I haven't seen a game at the Euros where it hasn't looked full. Like Serbia, Slovenia today, I'm pretty sure it was full. Mark, it is a player issue. Why aren't you blaming it on McTominay like usual, says Donny. Can you fold a fitted sheet, says Weghorse. And Southgate, new Man United manager, with Phillips, the first United summer signing, says Davel. Thank you very much. We've had an early booking here for Italy. Cristante on Rodri. What if England failed to get out of the group? He's gone, Tyler. I mean, Rodri stayed down here. I didn't think it looked like a bad tackle. Oh, he's just trod on. He's only trod on his foot. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, you know, it will be painful, but. Berry says lots of Brits sort of sleep on the German squad because they underestimate the German league. At least the top 6 or 7 teams of the Bundesliga could compete in the Premier League. I think you're talking out your arse, mate. In the nicest possible sense, I think you're talking out your arse and trying to make it a bit xenophobic. we don't sleep on the German squad at all. Leverkusen were unbeaten and one of the best teams in Europe. Dortmund got to the final of the Champions League. So we're fully aware that the Bundesliga at the moment is very, very good. The reason we don't rate the German team is because the German press and German fans have been telling us that Germany aren't that good this tournament. So nobody is underrating the Germans. We're just taking your word on it that you're not good. But I said before the tournament started, keep an eye on Germany. They've got the best coach in the league. They've got the best coach in the tournament, in Nagelsmann. They've got some fantastic players. And they could easily, with a home tournament, do what England did in '96. Veghorst says, do you have any pets, Mark? Cat and a dog? DeWald says, Southgate's opinion of Mainu changed after Iceland. Thanks for the comment, Tyler. This game could do with a goal. Because if Spain score, Italy have to come out. I think we've had some subs, by the way. Let me just double check. Yeah, half time. I mean, God, it's almost it's shocking, isn't it? 0-0, Italy, and their manager's made 2 subs. England's shite don't make any. So he's took Jorginho off for Cristante, and he's brought Cambiasso on for Fratesi at 0-0. Must be great to have a coach that's willing to make changes at half time. Nagelsmann, Musiala and Wirtz will take us to the promised land, says Ty. Berry says, sorry, didn't want to come across as xenophobic, mate. I didn't say that word with any malice behind it. I was just like, I think it was just because you were saying like Brits don't rate Germany, but we're not anti-German. Those days are long gone. It's we don't watch German international football. So we've heard for the last year or so that Germany aren't that good. Which team do you think will be in the potatoes of the tournament? Says Fisk. What does that mean? Ruiz, good interception. What do you reckon to scrapping solo national teams, England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and forming Great Britain for the World Cup? Says Ben. Yeah, they'll never do that, mate. I don't think we want to do it as the English, but there's absolutely no way Wales, Northern Ireland, or Scotland want to do a joint team with us either. Williams has probably been the best player on the pitch. Yeah, I agree. Played really well. Oh, good defending. There's one thing Italy can do is defend, of course. Here's Yamal. Good turn by Scamacca. He's all on his own. He's waiting for Chiesa. Slips it in. No. Troy says Ireland are going to win the Euros in 2028. How much do you want to bet they won't? In fact, they probably won't even be in the Euros in 2028. Robert says Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice. What is he trying to protect? I mean, something must be hiding somewhere for that. Says Robert. I mean, I've spoken about it so many times. Gareth Southgate has said we've never really replaced Calvin Phillips, which means he wants to play 2 holding midfielders, which is Incredible. Oh, it's a goal. Oh, my God. How is that not a goal for Spain? It's Pedri again. Cucurella cuts it back, and he's in such a good position, but he's just not got his angles right at all. Which Scotland players would get in the England squad, says Juan. McGinn. That's it. Robertson, obviously. 2. McGinn and Robertson. Oh, terrible. Terrible. Italy. Spain. Rodri. Who do you think could realistically replace Southgate if he leaves after the Euros, says Tyler? Look, Pochettino, Tuchel, Potter. I don't think Pochettino or Tuchel would want it, and I don't think the press would allow it. So I think it's got to be Potter, but I'd give it Potter. His style of football is better than Southgate. And you can't talk about he wouldn't command the respect of the players because Southgate had done sod all as well. Shot straight at Donnarumma again. Today this could be. We don't want to. I tell you what, I just realised I'm not having a 0-0 on my watch. Don't mind if it happens in the Manchester studio, but I'm not having a 0-0. So we better get a goal. Come on, get your questions in. You know I've had a few of these. Come on. Now's your chance. You know, normally I'd go, not answering that. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Calafiori scores for Italy. It's another OG. Wow. I literally was just saying we're not going to have a 0-0. And we're not going to have a 0-0 because Spain have scored. It comes from Williams' cross. So if anyone's going to get any credit, it should be him because he's been the best player. But nobody anywhere near Calafiori. It's a cross that Donnarumma gets his hand on and knocks it onto Calafiori. And it's gone in off his knee. And we've seen a few own goals in this tournament, haven't we? Yeah, it's just bad luck, really. But if you're the team attacking, that's how you get your luck. 1-0 to Spain. 1-0 to Spain, but it's pain for Italy. Right, well, we said we needed a goal, to be fair. Can Italy be more progressive in this final half an hour? Oh! But it's Spain on the attack again. Donnarumma's quickly out to stop that. How many goals, own goals have we had in the tournament, says Joshua? I reckon it's 3 or 4. Akshay says, Rodri got a yellow card in the first half for arguing with the ref. He misses the next match due to suspension. He forgot this isn't the Premier League and he can get away with it. Mickey says, love you and Mark and the crew. Southgate wears shin pads when he plays FIFA. Also, what's your favourite football drill growing up? Probably keep-ups. Where can I get a signed copy of your book, says Chance. And how many beers in your mark, says Evan. I'm on number 5. And I don't know whether I should have another one. Because I've got work tomorrow. Signed copy of the book. Probably. I can help you out with that. Well, I thought I could. I don't know why I can't. Where's that gone? It was there last night. Podcast. There we go. Book. If you scan that QR code with your camera phone, it will take you to the links and you can see where you can enter the competition, get the Audible, pre-order it from Amazon if you're worldwide, or get a signed copy. Who are you voting for in the elections as the official? I mean, it doesn't even matter. I mean, I would never tell you who I was voting for because I actually think politics should be private. And it pisses me off when ex-footballers retweet stuff about politics to try and get you to vote for it. You know, it's not the fucking X Factor, mate. Politics are personal. Politics can be because your family voted for that party all your life. It can be because of what you thought, you know. You shouldn't have a bloody ex-footballer telling you what to vote for. So I would never tell you anyway. But what I will say is it's almost pointless to vote because Labour are going to win anyway. Xavi is the next England manager, says David. He wouldn't do it. Ireland won't even win the Eurovision in 28, says Kenneth. I'd sell Rashford and buy Williams, says Roy. Thank you. I can't vote for Nico because I don't live in the area that he is. Otherwise I would. Jordan says, rare Goldbridge I'll take. So you actually think that people who are celebrities should be telling you who to vote for? I think I don't think it's a rare L, mate. I think it's a W, and I think it's very much in keeping with what I've done for the last 10 years. If you watch me, I believe in individualistic opinion. I don't believe in being told what to say and what to do, which is why I was so pissed off with the mainstream tonight, you know, protecting Southgate again. Like, you should have your own individualistic view and you should be respectful towards that. You should never be told what to think and you should never be told what to vote. And just because your favourite ex-player or footballer says vote this, you shouldn't do it. Politics should be personal to you and you shouldn't be ashamed who you vote for. You shouldn't have to tell people who you vote for either. What's this? I've been sent a link. Oh, Rashford's agent has put an Instagram post out saying it's hard to sit and watch when you honestly believe your man could make a difference. Fucking hell, mate. How beggy do you want to be? I mean, God, that's the hat trick then. We've got Southgate saying he misses Calvin Phillips. We've got Kyle Walker saying it was a hostile environment when the 80% of the crowd was England. And now we've got Rashford's agent saying it's hard to watch when you know that Rashford could make a difference. Mate, it's genuinely not about individual players. It's because of the twat who's in charge. We could have won that game 4-0 if we had a decent coach. Put Foden at 10, Bellingham next to Rice, Gordon on the left. No one's mentioning Rashford. It's got nothing to do with... I mean, what's Rashford going to do in that England team, mate? There's no service. There's nothing going on. Everybody's always looking to score points, aren't they? It's always about brand and it's bullshit. Again, nonsense. Everyone's out for a fucking story about themselves, aren't they? Fucking hell. Crap. Is this kind of a biography about yourself and your life, and will there be second and maybe a third book? Well, we'll have to wait and see, mate, when it comes out, Howder. For once on a corner kick, I'd like to see a team do a line-out style setup where the players cross it and they lift their player to head it in, says Michael Gallagher. Obviously, you're a Man United fan, but what other team do you respect? Says Al. And Parker says, a former United stand traitor has been on the road to 100,000 subs for the last 40 years and still waiting. It ain't easy, Brev. It ain't easy to get 100,000 subs. I mean, it's a very, very long time ago since I did it. But it ain't easy as a football content creator to get 100,000. There's hardly any who've gone over 500,000. Like, I don't think anybody's hit 1 million apart from me and Robbie, AFTV. It's not easy. A lot of people think, oh, I can do that. I can do that. It's fucking hard work. Really hard. Anyway, please do subscribe. We're closing in on 1.18 million. Radcliffe gave his political view of UK Mark, says Richard. Chelsea put 100 million bid for OG, top scorer of the Euros, says Tom. Yamal for Rashford, swap deal, says Evan. Yeah, I don't think Barcelona is stupid. Well, Italy have conceded an OG here, but it's probably about what Spain deserve. Yamal is 10 years younger than Rashford, when you think about it. Still no 0-0s in the tournament, says Fennec. What are your thoughts on Dragusin, says Ronald. Well, he played very well for Romania, didn't he? I still think he'll be a good player for Spurs, but it's hard to get in that Spurs team when you've got Van der Ven and Romero. Chiesa's gone off as well. Oddie says that comment from Rashford's agent is stupid. It is stupid. It is stupid. But everyone's entitled to a stupid comment. The stupidity of it is that Rashford is off social media to try and sort himself out. And then someone else makes a comment that will hit back on him. Today this could be. Who scored? Bloodbridge, says Hunky. Well, it was an own goal from Calafiori, but it has all been Italy, if we're being honest. Sorry, all been Spain. And it still is Spain. And this is what we're talking about England. You know, England went 1-0 up in 2 games and sat back. Spain have gone 1-0 up and nothing has changed. They're still on the front foot. Italy are losing 1-0, but they can't even get back in the game because they won't change. Although they're on the attack here, Italy. Oh, what a cross! And it doesn't get on the end of it. That was a chance. That was a chance for Italy. Edge of the box. Mark Goldbridge gets battered 7-2 by Porto. Why is that coming up on my feed? Don't need that. I might watch that later. Cleared by Spain. I'm live on the United stand at 10. Yeah. I don't know how long I'll be live for. today. I've got to stop doing that. So we've got about 25 minutes to go. And if I'm being fair, Spain have pretty much controlled this game. Cold finger. Nice ball into Williams again. Definitely been the best player on the pitch. He's given Di Lorenzo a real tough game. What's 25 past? Yeah. Yeah. If I said that. What's the time? 67 minutes. It's 23 minutes. Yeah, that'd be fine. DeMarco. Oh, go on. No. Given a yellow card. Likes to get his yellow cards out, this ref. Is there a way back for Italy? They've not had any real sustained attack in the whole game. Netherlands, France tomorrow night. What are your thoughts? To be honest, I'm desperate for Austria to win. You got that right, ref. I think the ref's had a good game, you know. I do think the ref's had a good game. Yeah, Netherlands, France will be a good game, but an interesting game. But I want Austria to beat Poland. Nothing against Poland. I just think Austria are my dark horse of the tournament, and I really like Ralf Rangnick. But I wouldn't be surprised if that ends in a draw. France are winning. Outside chance for a draw, says Uff. Well, I mean, I thought the Netherlands did really well to get back into the game and win against Poland. I thought Austria deserved a point against France. Oh, lovely play by Italy. Oh, it breaks down. I hate the sub-counter on the scoreboard, says J-Dead. There isn't a sub-counter on the scoreboard. Can I have a Fanta Light, bruv, says Wanga. And 2020 Euro England or 2024 Euro England, says Ty. Mate, they're both shit. They're both counter-attacking. Oh, my God. How good is Williams? He's just cut inside on the edge of the box and curled it onto the bar. He's, you know, everybody else on this pitch tonight is there, and then Williams is there. Like, he's head and shoulders the best player on the pitch by a very, very long way. Pedri's coming off and Yamal is coming off. Only 21. I'll tell you what, Atletico Bilbao will be rubbing their hands together, won't they? He's had such a good tournament. I think United got linked to his brother a lot, didn't we? England, it's not looking good, Brev, says Alish. $90 million release clause. He won't be staying at Atletico Bilbao for the rest of his career, winning at 21. Where he will go. The trouble with some of these players, though, is they get stupid release clauses. Like, you know, there's only going to be 5 or 6 players in the world that are going to get release clauses paid for that amount. And the way football is at the moment, there ain't that many clubs that can pay that now. And Real Madrid aren't going to sign him because they've already got Vinicius, Mbappe, Rodrigo. So he's been linked to Barcelona. Well, how do they won't pay 90. Tim Worrell, thanks for becoming a member. Legend. Free kick to Italy. It's almost done to Barcelona for Williams already. I don't know how. Mr. Solo says, do we not talk about United here? No, that's at 10 o'clock, mate. I'm on United stand for the update. Be a good show, that, because I've sort of coming to the end. Although I will have a very honest thing to say about the agent post from Rashford's agent. Spain have been unreal today, says Lewis today, but not put the ball in the back of the net. And the shot goes over the bar from Pellegrini. Final sort of word on Southgate, by the way. Obviously, England have drawn with Denmark 1-1. I think I don't blame the players. Southgate picks the team. Putting Trent at holding midfielder and Foden on the wing is incredibly thick. I don't blame the players. And in some ways, I don't blame Southgate. Because if there's no pressure to sack him, he stays in the job. And I partially blame the media and the TV pundits who've backed him for way too long. Because he should have gone after the World Cup. It stuns me that he stayed after the World Cup. Like, we've got an amazing collection of players that we're losing their careers, and we don't know whether we've got another collection of players as good. He should have been gone after the World Cup. I was saying it. Many of you were saying it. He should have gone after the World Cup, and he survived another tournament, and he might survive another tournament after this. Like the USA World Cup, we won't win if Southgate's in charge. He has to be sacked after this tournament, unless we win it, which, you know, if he wins it, we've done something we haven't done since '66 anyway, so forget the World Cup. But the media have kept him in a job longer than he should have done. The media could easily have got him out of a job, and they backed him, and they still back him now. So that's my final point on it. We can all ridicule the stuff he says, and we can all ridicule the way he plays, but the media have backed him and stuck by him, and I've never understood why. I've never understood why. There's never been any evidence to do it. And they're responsible. So when they sit there moaning about, oh, what's he doing with the team, this, that, and the other, many of us have been moaning about this for years, and you didn't. BBC, ITV, whatever, whoever the pundits are, they've always backed him. Don't start moaning about him now, because you fucking should have done your job years ago. He's been protected. Williams to Barcelona equals Barcelona activating their millionth lever, says Mojo. Oh my God, if I hear this again, such tryhards as Norway should be in the Euros. Well, I'd like to see Norway in the Euros, but apparently you're crap. I says, where do you feel safe, Mark? So that's a very sinister question to ask somebody when they've had 5 beers. I don't want them sort of questions. It's like choosing between your cat and your dog. Media are definitely not backing him now. You know what I say? Screw the media. That's sort of my thing. They're absolutely shit. Hypocrites, cowards, scared. As I said at the start of the video, if you missed it, clip this up. I don't mean clip it up, I'm just saying it for a little bit of dramatic effect. You've got Lineker and Shearer ridiculing and embarrassing Erik ten Hag after he wins an FA Cup final against the best team and the best manager in the world. Ridiculing him when he's won that game. And then you got Southgate taking the piss out of England for years, and they're polishing his shoes with their tongs. And that's meant to be expert opinion. Jog on. It's a closed shop, job for the boys, bullshit, load of crap. And they're terrified. They're terrified of what we're building. And I don't just mean me. I mean anybody else who does this sort of thing. They're terrified of it. Absolutely terrified. Amount of times I've been in the room with, you know, executives and producers of the shows that these people work on, and they've said, oh, we'd love to do something with you. The numbers you get are amazing. And I said, look, anytime. And then they'll go, oh, yeah, we'll be in touch. And then they'll get back in touch and say, we'd love to do it, but unfortunately, the people in front of the camera don't want to do it. And I'm like, well, one day you're going to wake up because they're cowards. And that's true. Multiple stories of truth. Radio, in front of the TV, the producers and everybody want to do it, but the people in front of the camera are scared to do it. And that's true. I don't need to name names. I could do. But at least 4 times that's happened. For some pretty big shows on pretty big mainstream media, whether it's radio or TV. And the people behind the camera are like, we really want to do it. It would make really good, you know, debate. But the people in front of the camera, no, no, no. And at the moment, they've still got a bit of power. But it's depreciating because they're not real. They're not real. They're agenda driven. And they're old. With old ideas. Rajiv makes a great point. I remember the hate that Capello got from the media. You know why that was? Not English. Not English, bro. A lot of people always say to me, because like, as a United fan, I protect the foreign players more than I do the British players. And people say, you're not even British. I am. I'm totally British. I've lived my whole, you know, I was born in England. Didn't leave England till I was 19. But I got out of England when I was 19. I went and lived in Dublin. And as an Englishman in Dublin in the early, sort of late 90s, you know, there are still, you got to have your wits around about you. But I loved it there. And, you know, the vast majority of people were fantastic. But I know what it's like sometimes to be judged just on the language that you've got. And obviously that's very, very different. You know, language is one thing. What about how you look or anything like that? It's much worse. So I hate people being judged on things that they can't control. And unfortunately, it still exists. It exists in the media in this country with our foreign players at Man United. And that's why Capello would have got the criticism he got, but Southgate doesn't, because of your passport. It's wrong. The media talk about why England play so badly, but fail to mention the elephant in the room, says Dylan. Yeah, they're trying to pin it on the players now. I heard Shearer's comments earlier. Trying to blame the players. Pratt, and he's played the game. I guarantee when Shearer was a player, if England played bad, he wouldn't want to be blamed himself. He'd be saying, it's not my fault I'm not getting service because the manager's playing the wrong tactics. Hypocrite warning. Morgoth, thanks for your super chat. As a Norwegian, we're shit, says Hilmy. Make my day, says such try hard, and call my friend Adrian a prat. Not just your Adrian, every Adrian. You're a prat. The only thing you're famous for is a diary from the 80s called Adrian Mole. I mean, who's even called Adrian now? Oh my God. The only Adrian I know is Adrian Mole or Adrian who's married to Rocky. Do you want to be married to Rocky? Do you want him to give you a big hug at night? Do you want him to spoon you? The media have backed... I went a bit too far, so it's try hard there, but hopefully I've given you something. This is what I tend to do when I'm out on a night out and people will say, can you do me a video about this? I just think it's good to take it to the next level. The media have backed Southgate because under him, they get to play darts with the players, says Joel. Oh, fuck that. Yeah. I know people like that. I know people who are, oh, I'm saying it how it is. But I won't say this because I might get to do this interview where I can kiss the arse of this person. But I'm really about the fans. Yeah, look at me doing a vlog. Oh, yeah, I'm really all about fan opinion. But I won't say this because I might get to do that. You're not authentic. Madri or Moretti? Seems a fitting question, says Retro. I'd happily be sponsored by both, either or. And if Madri sponsored me, I'd say Madri. And if Moretti sponsored me, I'd say Moretti. But honestly, I do drink both. I'm not a beer snob. Viren says Southgate would fart in a toilet and flush it. Sabre says, doesn't Williams have a €50 million release clause? Apparently, it's 100. Morgoth says Southgate replaces creative players and put in players who had benefited from the same players on the pitch, and therefore he ends up with a poorly balanced team as well. Yeah. I think he got his subs wrong tonight. I think Watkins for Kane, he got right. I think Gallagher for Trent, he got wrong. And so let me go through those, actually. We've still got 7 minutes to go here. I don't see a way back for Italy. I think Spain have been in control of this game from start to finish. And it's sad for Italy because I thought they looked really good against Albania, but they've come up against a better team tonight. And I don't see Italy going beyond the quarterfinals, if I'm being honest. I'd like to see them go beyond that. I don't think they're a bad side. I think Spalletti's a very good coach. I just think Spain are a better team. And they'll do well to get past the quarterfinals. Analysing Southgate's substitutions tonight, Trent, who has been hung out to dry by Southgate, let's call it for what it is. Southgate, who couldn't manage a cat, has decided he knows better than Klopp and he can make Trent a holding midfielder. Trent coming off should have happened, but Bellingham was out of the game, so Bellingham should have come back to a deeper role and Foden should have gone to 10. It should have been Trent for Gordon. Gordon goes on the left, Bellingham goes to next to Rice, and Foden plays at 10. That's what should have happened. If Saka's going to come off and Foden's now at 10 with Bellingham, I could have put up with Bowen on the right-hand side. But if you then want to take Foden off, he's now playing as a 10, so you bring Palmer on. Watkins for Kane was the one sub he got right. Wolves TV says, I'm so pissed and I've got work tomorrow. It's one of those, mate. I've been in that position. I've been in a nightclub at 3 o'clock and I've been sat at home at 4:30 eating a KFC and I've got to be up at 7. It ain't easy, brev. If invited, would you go to USA versus Beta Squad match? Mate, I'd love it. If it's in America, I'll bloody love it. Absolute. I'm all over that shit. Sidemen, Beta Squad, great set of people. Loved it. You know, I'd swim. I probably wouldn't even make 20 meters, but yeah, I'd love to do it. I love all that. Life's for living, isn't it? Some things I do because I'm passionate about it. Some things I do just because it's fun. That's what you should do. You've got to mix it up in life. Adrian Mole takes me back to childhood, says Camtastic. I remember it used to be on the telly. Pandora. What team do you think he should pick for next game? Southgate. Well, unless Luke Shaw's fit, same back four. Rice, obviously. I would stick Bellingham next to Rice because we're playing Slovenia. I'd put Foden as a 10, Saka on the right, Gordon on the left. Just put Bellingham next to Rice. He can play as an 8, piece of piss. I don't know why he won't do it. This is what he's talking about with Calvin Phillips. He wants to play 2 holding midfielders. Like, you don't need to look at Spain. One holding midfielder, Rodri, and then 2 roaming midfielders. I never understood. I don't watch enough international football to give a shit, but I never understood why Bellingham was playing as a 10. Foden should be the 10, Bellingham should be the 8, Rice should be the 6. Easy. Gordon on the left. Piece of piss. Simple. And then if that doesn't work, that's when you start trying to get creative. But start with the most simplistic, balanced team you can. Italy have played bad, says Ert. Yeah, I mean, I've not been that impressed with it. I've not been impressed with Italy at all tonight. I think Spain have been so much better than them. And it is a shame. It genuinely is a shame. But I think Spain have come out with this with, you know, genuine, and I mean genuine, credibility. Can they win the tournament? I don't know about that. You know, it's not easy, Brev, but they have looked good. John Stone says there were positives. Yeah, apparently he got some shower gel at the stadium. H and Barry from EastEnders perform Sweet Caroline. Oh my God. Who I don't know. I don't, just if I speak. Fucking hell, he's massive. It won't be long till he's filling the whole camera. We're nearly there. 1 minute. We've absolutely smashed it today, by the way. Biggest watch along for England by a long, long way. Absolute legends, the lot of you. I'd love to say I've loved the company and I've loved the conversation. I mean, we've had, you know, Peloton hats. It's been great. And the great thing is, I'd love England to be winning 4 or 5-0 and just be showing off. But when it goes bad, it's great just to be able to have a proper conversation as well. It's great to be able to vent and actually get lots of different opinions. So I think, you know, a big thank you from me. You know, the company during the England game especially was massively appreciated. I'm live in 7 minutes on the United Stand, actually. Quick 20-minute updates. An even quicker piss, hopefully. Oh, he's added 4 minutes on. You know when you're desperate to go for a piss, and I actually won't be going until this game is over now. As captain, is Kane considering history or politics in his performances? Noticed him pondering lately, perhaps reflecting on World War II since he's in Germany, says Ty. I had to go to work straight from a night out before, and after 2 hours I got sent home for still being drunk, says Niran. Yeah, you can't do that, Nick. England need a goal and don't bring on the player with the highest goals and assists in the Prem, says Blues enthusiast. He's talking about Cole Palmer. UI says, watch Italy steal a draw. No. No. What do you think about LaCroix as a Todibo alternative, says Tando? I know I bought him on FIFA a couple of years ago and he was bloody brilliant, but I don't know in real life. Oh, Cucurella, get up. I'm desperate for a piss. I really am desperate. And if I go, I'll miss the end of the game. So I'm literally holding on for 3. Mark, the Peloton joke was stolen off Twitter, says Son. Well, he's gone very quiet since he got the credit. And I think a guy or girl who gets that much of a glow up would have been a bit more arrogant. So I suspect it might have been nicked. Could be 2-0. Good save. Donnarumma's made some good saves in this game, you know. I don't see a way back for Italy, though. Spain have just been so much better than them. Next game for Spain, well, it won't really matter because they'll top the group anyway, but they're in the same group as, well, it's Albania next. So Spain are going to top this group. I actually did a mini prediction of what the quarterfinals would be. Obviously, it's not even the quarterfinals, is it? It's the round of 16. But just so I could sort of map it out a little bit. And it won't be completely correct, but this is what I had. Oh, I'm so desperate for a toilet. I'm trying to take my mind off it. Oh, I'm going to be so happy when I have this piss. So I've got Saturday the 29th, Switzerland, Italy at 5 and Germany, Denmark at 8. On the Sunday, I've got England and Romania at 5 and Spain against Czech Republic at 8. I've got on the Monday, Netherlands, Belgium at 5 and Portugal, Serbia at 8. And then Slovakia, Austria and France, Turkey on the Tuesday. That's my prediction. Oh, I'm so desperate. Fucking hell. This is not humane. And they're making a sub as well. I'm literally nearly pissing myself. Cucurella's gone down injured and they're making a sub and they're winning 1-0. Oh, you can't do this to me. It's killing me. This is the hardest stream I've ever done. This ain't funny. Don't start. I'm not looking at the chat. People are talking about showers and dripping taps. I'm sweating. I'm sweating here. This is horrible. You know when I let it out? On United Stand, I'm going to be so happy. This is bloody hard. Oh my God. It's not hard down there. That's the last thing I want. I'm so desperate. 94. Blow. Blow. Not in that way. I'm on United Stand in literally, I'm meant to be on in 3 minutes. That's never happening. I'll be pissing for 4. Ref, blow the whistle. Please blow the whistle. God, this ain't funny. Oh, I just can't think about anything else. Italy, clear it. He doesn't even look like he's going to put his whistle in his mouth. Oh, come on. For the love of God. Blow. He's still playing on. He's played an extra minute. He's loving it. He knows. The length I go to for the ultras, says Andrew. He's going to give a corner. Has he given the corner? No, he's given a yellow card. What is this ref on? He's given the corner. This will be surely it. United Stand straight after this. Get on with it, ref. For God's sake. I could have been pissing by now. Don't forget to pre-order the book. Scan the QR code. Donnarumma's gone up for the corner. Don't forget the watch-alongs tomorrow as well on this channel. Subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. We've had a great day today. Loads more to come. Piss in a bottle live on a stream. I'd go viral for that. No thanks. Oh, God, they're arguing now. Le Normand, Le Prat. There's a guy waiting for a piss here. I could pass out. Bridge over troubled water, says Gems. Cross comes in. Right. Blow the fucking whistle, mate. He's still playing on. Cross comes in. Calafiori. Goal kick. He's still playing on. You're having a fucking laugh. No, he's blown up now. He's blown up. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you on United Stand in about 3 minutes. I've got to go. I've literally got to go. Ah.